Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts battle, but first, some news that was posted on Thursday. There's news about Alpha 6, so let's take a look at it. I'm just now reading this as you are, so special new features. Flash fires. If the main guns or sections below them containing the magazines are penetrated, then uncontrollable flash fires may swiftly spread. Detailed combat statistics. Now you can evaluate with precision the combat effectiveness of your ships by monitoring their hit percentage, damage, and penetration power against enemy ships. That's actually really, really helpful, so you can tell whether or not you're being effective. Epic combat music, which we don't really use the music when I'm making videos, but for those of you playing, you'll be able to see that and hear that. We've got 33 new destroyers, complete revamp of the destroyer hulls. That's a good thing because the destroyers have been pretty bland and pretty basic. So that's good. 4 special looking destroyer models, Japanese, 4 modern Japanese, 13 modern destroyers, etc., etc. You can read all that and pause if you want to read it for yourself. New missions near Jutland. The British and Germans concentrating their forces in the vicinity of Jutland, preparing for a major battle. Obviously, they can't do the real battle of Jutland. Jutland's way too large. So modern versus old destroyers, Torpedo Banzai, Mission Impossible, Battle of Destroyers, Contest in the Black Sea. Combat balances, further improvements in ballistic trajectories. Shells follow a steeper, more realistic curve. Horizontal penetration over long distances is reduced. Lyddite and cordite shells cause slightly more damage. Torpedoes will not cause so frequent ammo detonations, so not as many hoodings happening. So you can see those things. Ship design. What do we got? I'm hoping to see, but I don't see it. I thought for sure we would get quad turrets on this one, but it doesn't appear that we're going to get it. New visuals for the Japanese guns, U.S. British guns. New hull variant that can accurately replicate the HMS Invincible. Sound effects, bug fixes, other. Okay, so you can click on any recent battle log report to zoom into the affected ship. Okay, so no campaign, no quad turrets. Looks like a lot of the focus on this one is going to be on destroyers and on the combat statistics. So there you have Alpha 6. There's the update. Let's go ahead and dive into some action for today. And as I'm reading through real quick the message boards here, it looks like the release is scheduled for Monday, so a couple of days away. Probably by the time you have another video from me from Ultimate Dreadnought, Admiral Dreadnoughts, it's going to include the Alpha 6, so be watching for that. As soon as it's updated, I will definitely be playing some of those new missions. Okay, so a lot of you have given me scenarios, and I love them, and I wish I could get to more of them. I honestly really do. Don't always have the chance to do that, but this one came in the other day, and I thought it was really, really good. So I'm going to read it to you and then explain what it is that we're doing here. It says, the year is 1915. The Great War rages on across the world. The French and the British have called the Russian Empire for more assistance on the Western Front against the German Empire. However, the Tsar is not blind to the fact that in order to aid his allies, he must get naval supremacy of the Baltic Sea. The Imperial Russian Navy learned its lesson in the Russo-Japanese War that it needed to modernize, which it has done. The Tsar has ordered Vice Admiral Alexander Vasilievich Kolchak to take command of the new Baltic Fleet. Kolchak devises a plan of drawing out the German Baltic Fleet by baiting them to his small but deadly fleet on his terms. Vice Admiral Kolchak himself will lead the fleet in battle personally aboard his flagship, the Dreadnought Imperator Nikolai I. The plan is named Operation White Lion. You will play as the Imperial Russian Navy. If Vice Admiral Kolchak is successful, the Entente will be unified against the Central Powers. Your condition for victory is to utterly annihilate the entire German Baltic Fleet to gain naval supremacy in the Baltic Sea. You lose if all your dreadnoughts are sunk. So it says, go ham on the money and displacement, you'll need it. So he said 1915 or 1916 Imperial Russian fleet with 5 battleships, 3 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 5 destroyers. And then he said 1910 German Empire, 10 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers, 5 light cruisers, 10 destroyers. The problem is 1910, you can't have heavy cruisers on the German side. They don't have them. So I either have to boost them up to 1912 to get them to heavy cruisers, or I have to change what they have. So I feel like this is going to be a tall task. So just for the sake of giving myself a better chance, I'm going to go up to 1918 technology, just because that way it's still the 6-year difference, even though that puts me a little ahead of the time period for this. So we are definitely going to design our battleships. Yeah, it's telling me it's going to affect performance to have this many ships, so we're probably going to have to drop the settings down. We're set right now to beautiful graphics quality. I think we're going to go down to good and see how it performs. So I'm going to go ahead and build these ships, and we're going to... I think I have that right, Emperor Nikolai the First. Okay, so my thought process with building these Russian battleships is obviously we're going to, number one, go with the biggest ship possible with the technology that we have, because we're going to need it. He has double the number of battleships that I do. I'm going to absolutely go for the most accurate ships that I can build, so that I... you know, because it's going to be key with this, the technology level at the time period that it is. It's going to be key to have accuracy. We can go as high as 15-inch guns, but those are only Mark 1s. So I think I'd much rather have 14s that are going to be more accurate and better technology. And I think we can get a lot of them on these battleships. We can have some nice super firing going on here. That's a lot of firepower. I like it. We also want to get some casemate guns. Let's go up to 8-inch casemate guns here to help deal with some of those destroyers, some of the smaller ships. So this thing's going to be pretty heavily armed. I don't know if I can get 2 funnels on this thing or not. We can. Perfect. And we're going to protect these things as much as humanly possible. I want to get some decent maneuverability if I can. I can go all the way up to Krupp 3 armor, which is nice. Turtleback armor scheme. I'm just watching my weight right now, so I can't go too crazy with some of this stuff. We can go all the way up to TNT as well here. Rangefinder. Coincidence 4 will be nice. Alright, so what's that get me? That gets me awful close. So we're not going to be able to do a lot to protect these things, unfortunately. I wish I could do more, but my weight is obviously going to be an issue. Alright, so we're not going to have a lot of protection. These things are almost going to be like battle cruisers, but with this many guns, I feel like I'm giving myself a chance. So let's get into this. Let's see what happens. We're going to be starting out at about 20,000 meters out. So I think we'll get into the action pretty quickly. Okay, so here you have it. We're double the number of battleships. Pretty similar number to heavy cruisers. Armored cruisers, I guess, perhaps they'd be in this case. I'm not sure where the time period changes on that. Double the number of light cruisers, double the number of destroyers. So we're going to have our work cut out for us for sure. And I'm going to have to really take this slow and be careful with it. This really is all about my battleships. I think I'll drop the... I don't know. Let's go ahead and start speeding up. As soon as we make contact, we'll slow it down. Alright, well, we haven't made contact yet. I haven't spotted him, but he's definitely spotted me because the shells are raining down right now. And that's really not very good news for me, that he's able to fire on me before I can fire on him. Because I don't have a lot of protection. There we go. So the first things first here, I'm going to start turning away from him because the majority of my firepower is on the back end of my battleships. And just for the sake of my frame rate, with all the shells that are going to be going, all the ships that are going to be going, I'm going to have to probably keep this on real time. Let's get a look at his battleships. So I'm definitely going to do okay gun-wise. If all of his battleships only have 6 main guns, main turrets, or barrels, I should say, and each of mine have, how many? We've got 18. So we've evened him out as far as that goes, but he's probably going to have more armor than I do. Those are my 8-inch guns firing. There go the big ones. I gotta see what happens if any of these land. Alright, we got a little damage. I'm looking to see if he hits me. I want to see what kind of guns he's got. So far, just 7-inch guns. He's got 10 battleships, so we've got to try and knock him out as best we can. As quick as we can. Nice. So you figure we've got 5 battleships. That's 90. .15-inch shells that we can fire in a salvo. Or we have 14s. I can't remember. 14s. We ought to be able to knock out a battleship pretty quick. Oh boy. Did we just have an ammo detonation on the Nicholas I? We did. Not a good start. Oh, my destroyers. I don't want them going up like that. I really want my destroyers to stay close. Because if they go up there, they're just going to all get trashed, I'm afraid. But if they can get some torpedoes on them, maybe not. I don't know. Alright, we've got to slow down to get the accuracy bonus. We've also got to go to a tight formation for accuracy. But flooding and damage are already hurting me. We can't trade battleship for battleship, that's for sure. Gonna have to do much better than that. He's coming right at me now. These are almost all gonna miss. We got torpedoes coming at us already. What is that? Cruiser? So it looks like we got our secondaries are all going to fire on this thing. It's either a destroyer or a cruiser. I think it's a light cruiser. And Nicholas I is already dropping back in the formation. I hate that all my destroyers and light cruisers are going straight at him. But that's what they do on the screen orders, I guess. They're getting in super close, though. I'm hoping they're going to get some torpedoes on this guy. At this point, if they fire torpedoes into that mess, it'd be hard to miss everybody. There's an ammo detonation on the Siegfried. Need a few more of those. Looks like we got a torpedo hit on this light cruiser over here. And it might be a destroyer. It's hard to tell. That early time period, yeah, that might be a destroyer there. This is a light cruiser. Alright, we sank one. Hoping we're about to get a second. We just lost a destroyer. Can't go 1 for 1 like that. That won't get it done. Oh boy. I think we're about to get our first battleship kill, though. Siegfried's got heavy flooding all across the bottom. Nice. There's our first battleship kill. 1 down, 9 to go. Where is Ganget going? That's the 5th one. We're going to attach him to these other 4. Because right now he's just kind of doing his own thing. Hopefully some of these destroyers get some torpedoes into this mess. So far we've just torpedoed one of his smaller ships. We're about to take 2 more down. Then we got to start going after some of these other battleships. What else does he got? He's got the Weissenberg. Haven't identified that. Deutschland. Tirpitz. Hey. Got a World War I Tirpitz there. Mecklenburg. Haven't identified the rest. This might be one of his destroyers here. We took out a light cruiser. That's not a destroyer. That's got to be a light cruiser. Guns are too big. So far, so good. Long way to go, though. Ganget's still not falling in line like it should. We've got to keep an eye on our shells. Looks like we've got plenty at the moment. Where's that torpedo? Tell you what, for all the battleships he's got, I'm surprised he hasn't been able to take out my destroyers quicker. As close as they are. But this is a World War I battle, so I guess we're going to be close. I'm going to write down what I've sunk so far because it's going to take a lot to keep track of this, and I'm not necessarily going to know it from what's up above. I think we've taken out a battleship and 2 light cruisers so far. That's a heavy cruiser. I think he's toast. Nice. There's a heavy cruiser down. So that's 4 ships so far. Let's go get a look at the Siegfried as she finishes her sinking. The flag still waves. That's actually new. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but it used to be that as soon as a ship started sinking, the flag turned like orange. It didn't even look like their national flag anymore. So little things like that, that's cool. Alright, I still don't like how close those ships are. Kaiser Barbarossa? It's our target at the moment. So they don't have that many. They've only got 354 13-inch shells. Whereas you can see I've got a ton. So this may be a situation where he just runs out of big guns. Big gun ammunition, and pretty soon he can't take me on that way. That might be how I win this. There goes one of my destroyers. So maybe what we do for now is we go after the smaller ships. We wait until he's out of ammunition, and then we can get in nice and close on the battleships and penetrate their armor really easily. Try to take out the other ships from a distance. There we go. Look at all the big shells coming in on the Rhineland. Even if just a couple of them hit, we'll be in good shape. We just took a torpedo hit on the Grozny. Bye-bye, Rhineland. Ah, boy. This will be the salvo that does him in. We only probably need one or two more to hit. But if none hit, then that's a different story, and it doesn't look like any of them are hitting. Jeez. There we go. I think that'll be enough. Scratch a second heavy cruiser. Let's go for the Limburg. Trying to remember how many he has here. He's got 10 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers. We've taken out 2 of them. 5 light cruisers. We've taken out 2, and 10 destroyers, which I'm not sure we've even seen many of them yet. But those will be pretty easy to deal with. Oh, there goes another one of my destroyers. I'm down to just 1, I think. I think he might have destroyers in here that we're not seeing, because there's smoke right there. It might just be that I can't spot him at the moment. Come on. Let's get some hits on this guy. Alright, I want to go back and get a look at my ships here. I'm going to go ahead and just go AI on these guys at this point. Just let them do their thing. Still got 1,600 shells. You can see his Prince Regent loot pulled 340 shells, 13-inch guns. There we go. Just concentrating all our fire on one ship at a time until it's gone. Really, just the Emperor Nicholas I is the only battleship that's really taken any damage so far. And that was pretty early on in the fight. Surprised we're still at 12 frames per second right now. Oh! 3,900 damage at ammo detonation. Beautiful. That's the third of his 4 armored cruisers. First Bismarck's the only one left of the armored cruisers. They've got 11-inch guns on them, so these things are no slouches. We're actually coming in around right near one of his light cruisers. Let's get the secondary guns firing on him. Of course, a lot of them won't be able to at this angle. So what do we have left? The first Bismarck's the only heavy cruiser left. Still got a lot of destroyers out there. We may not even spot them for a while. He's going after my destroyer big time. Alright, here comes another salvo on these guys. He's already got quite a bit of flooding. If we can penetrate those front compartments, it might be enough. Beautiful. I think this is my last destroyer. A little bit of minor damage on the light cruisers with my secondary guns, but nothing major at the moment. Alright, let's see if this is the salvo that finishes him off. No hits. He's still got 9 battleships though, and the majority of his destroyers as far as I know. So there's at least, what, about 20 plus ships left in his fleet. We're starting to get some damage on these light cruisers with our secondaries. Alright, let's pause for a second. Okay. Come on, finish this guy off. I've got other targets to deal with. Nice. Can't get enough flooding in the front half of the ship, though. Maybe this will do it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We got the hits in the right spot that time. That might be enough to get him. I think we've got him. All right. Let's switch up the targets. That was his last armored cruiser. These are his last 3 light cruisers over here. Let's see if we can quickly finish them. That one's done. So he's down to 2 light cruisers. And that's going to leave the battleships and the destroyers. Just 1 or 2 good hits from my 14-inch guns will finish off one of these light cruisers. I'm curious to see how his battleships are faring in terms of... I still have about 300 shells left. They've also got some torpedoes. Come on, we just need 1 good hit with the big guns. Those are HE shells this time. There you go. I think we got them. Let's switch targets. It leaves 1 light cruiser. Still 9 battleships and the majority of his destroyers out there. Let's watch the Kohlberg's final moments. Honestly, I could probably send my heavy cruisers to deal with them and start focusing my battleships on his, but there goes my last destroyer. This should do it. Unless they all miss. Wow. All those big shells and none of them hit him. Oh, we're finally spotting some of his destroyers. Here we go. These can't all miss. Nope, they didn't. Beautiful. That did the trick. Okay, all of his cruisers are gone. We gotta watch these destroyers. Torpedoes, though. Okay, big guns on the torpedo, or on the Brandenburg. Secondaries, let's start going after these destroyers. We're still a little far out for my liking. 7 kilometers isn't a recipe for success at this time period. See if we can take out these destroyers with our secondaries. 8-inch guns should be pretty good against World War I destroyers. Let's get a look at what's happening on the back end of things here. So Alexander the First is taking some damage now because they're a lot closer to the battleships than the rest of my fleet. So we've got to swing back around with the rest, start getting closer. Might be able to speed it up to 2 times now, at least for a little bit. There we go. We're getting some hits on the Brandenburg now. Actually, really significant flooding. The whole rear of that ship's flooding. It might be done. I think we got it. We did. Bye-bye. That's 2 battleships down. Alright, let's be careful here because we're getting super close to destroyers. And we've got torpedoes coming our way. Oh boy, this is going to be close. I'm a little worried about the ship behind me. Yeah, oh boy. Gonna take one right at the front. So he's down to 8 battleships. I'm gonna have to start dealing with these destroyers though, because I can't be having... He's only got a few torpedoes left, but still, I can't have torpedoes going at me like this, messing me up. Alright, there goes one. I think he's down to 9. Unless I sank one that I didn't pay attention to. Come on, you can't miss from this distance. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can, but... Don't let him get more torpedoes off. He's got a while to reload them. Oh, 2 more torpedo hits. Ouch. Those will be the last ones we take for a while. Bye-bye. Alright. We know for sure he's got 8 battleships left. He's probably got 8 destroyers left as well. Can't miss from that distance. Now he's got at most 7 destroyers left. There's the Deutschland, the Mecklenburg. We're going to swing around this way. Every one of my battleships has some damage now. He's still got way more shells than I'm comfortable with. There we go. Gonna need some more of those. Alright, we'll speed back up. Oh, he's got another destroyer over here. We're about to sink. I'd like to get a third battleship before I lose one of mine. Nice. Yeah, I think we're about to lose the Alexander the First. There's an ammo detonation, and they're about to take a torpedo. Come on, finish off the Mecklenburg before we lose one. I think he's got enough flooding to be done. Yeah, he's toast. Alright, Hessen's next. He's down to 7 battleships. It's 7 on 5, but I've got 1 with significant damage and 2 more with a moderate amount of damage. Alexander took another torpedo. That's okay. As long as he's focusing all his fire on that one. Hopefully my cruisers can deal with this destroyer. There goes the Hessen. He's down to 6. We got a ammo detonation on him for 4,000 damage. I wondered how we took him out so fast. Who's next? There's another destroyer there. How about the Scharnhorst? Actually, Weissenberg's already taken some damage. Maybe we'll go for them first. Come on, guys. Take out these destroyers. Oh, there goes my first. Alexander the First is out. We took out at least one more destroyer. At most, he's got 6 left. Maybe less. Oh, there's a bunch of torpedoes coming at the Severnaja Zvezda. We got the Boris there. Just lost 2 of my heavy cruisers, but they were in pretty close there. He's definitely gonna get low on ammo before he finishes off my battleships. Ooh, that was bad. That was on my heavy cruisers, at least. It wasn't on my battleships. My battleships are all up here with the light cruisers. I need to try and get in a little closer. I'll go up to 3 speed now. There's my last heavy cruiser. And with that, we lost sight of his battleships. My heavy cruisers were the reason I could see everybody. And now we can't see anything. Darn it. My light cruisers can't even spot them? We're going to have to get in super close. There we go. We spotted one. And that's the Weissenberg. That's the one we've been firing on anyway. "13 kilometers out." Yeah, that's not an ideal distance. As you can see, we're just not getting real good hits on them right now. Oh, why do we switch? I don't want to switch to the Barbarossa. It's a long battle, but it was a big fight. I mean, we're taking on 30 ships. Careful, boys. Alright, let's be careful here. We got a destroyer coming our way. Let's get our secondaries going on him. There we go. At most, he's got 5 of those left, maybe less. I know for sure I've sunk 5 of them. Having trouble spotting his battleships, though. And I'm not sure why these guys aren't following the others. What is going on there? Oh, Ganget has a rudder problem, that's why. Nice! One of my light cruisers got a destroyer hit on the Deutschland. Beautiful. Still a little far out, and we just lost sight of her. Alright, we'll go up to 5 times speed for now. Hopefully Ganget gets that rudder situation figured out pretty soon. There's the Deutschland again. But now we're getting some nice hits on the Weissenberg. What are we in at now? 8.5 kilometers. Alright, Weissenberg's about to be toast, and that'll get him down to just 5 battleships left. And he's also low on ammo. I think we can probably dare to be a little more aggressive now. Alright, we're about to take out Deutschland as well. Nice. Alright, that's it for Deutschland. Back to the Weissenberg. There's 5 left. About to be 4. And we'll have even odds on the battleships at that point. Is that a destroyer? Yep. Secondaries, hit that guy. Ah, a bunch of his destroyers have appeared. Let's be careful here, because this is where we're going to start getting torpedoes coming our way again. There goes another destroyer. At most, he's got 4 left. Got torpedoes over here. We can see for sure 3 of his destroyers. That might be all of them. He might only have 3 left. Ooh boy, that's a bunch of torpedoes. Actually, we're probably better off to speed up, speed up. Ah, boy. Now turn. There goes another destroyer. He's only got maybe 2 left. Whew, I think I'm definitely going to take 2 hits here. Oh, maybe only 1. I think we got it down to just 1. We can tolerate that. His destroyer's out of torpedoes, so at this point they're almost a non-factor. His battleships are down to having to be really light on firing. You can see they've pretty much stopped firing because they're down really low on ammo at this point. Alright, Weissenberg, come on, let's finish him off. That might be enough flooding to finish him. He's flooding all across the back now, which is where we needed him to be. I think that's it. There goes Weissenberg. And then there were 4 on 4 with the battleships now. Only difference, of course, is that he doesn't really have any damage on his. He's got 1 destroyer left that we can see. Let our secondaries finish that off. Alright, Scharnhorst, you're next, buddy. Wow, we got some major flooding on him right off the bat. In a battle like this, even though I didn't really have real thick armor, I mean, he's only got 14 inch himself, so we're pretty even on the armor anyway. There goes Scharnhorst. Just having the superior number of guns. Having all of those guns really made a big difference. So even though he had twice as many battleships, I had more big guns than he did. And now that we're in nice and close, we're scoring huge hits. Barbarossa's toast. Let's go on to the next one. 2 left. So we're going to get out of here with 4 of our 5 battleships intact. Damaged, certainly, but intact. If you have a scenario idea, I can't promise I'll get to all of them. I'll try to do some. We're certainly going to be dealing with the new missions on Alpha 6 when it comes out next week for a little while, but eventually we can get to some more scenarios while we wait for a campaign, which I was reading some things that it might be in Alpha 7 that we get a campaign. I don't know how true that is, but that's probably still a couple of months away. But if you have a scenario, use the Discord. There's a link in the description. It's the best place for me to find those things. To go back and try to find them on the comments makes it a little harder. But please, by all means, comment on this battle. I do read every single comment, even if I don't respond to all of them. I absolutely read every single comment on every video. He's pretty well sit and duck at this point. Tirpitz is going to be the last one standing. Oh, nice. Our light cruisers just got a torpedo hit on the Tirpitz. Nicely done, boys. Wow, major flooding damage to the turrets from that torpedo. Hit him again. Still got 8 torpedoes. You could finish them off. Alright, that's flooding all the way across the bottom. He's done. That leaves the turrets, which is already in bad shape thanks to our light cruisers, who did an outstanding job hunting him down. Well, that was fun. That was a great scenario. Thank you to, let me make sure I get the name right, Mr. Roboute Guilliman. I'm probably butchering that name, and I apologize. It sounds French. And I should know it better because I took French in high school and college. But great scenario, really well thought out. I like the background, kind of given some depth to it, some story. So obviously the Russian Navy has won naval supremacy in the Black Sea and solidified things for the Entente. The Germans are in bad shape now. Not looking good for the Central Powers. We just need to get a little bit of damage in the back, and that'll be it. I think we might have him. Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like if you would, and we'll see you again soon.